Hello, this is Mike Swanson of Wall Street Window. We're headed for a very interesting week in the markets. In a few days, we're going to have Jerome Powell testify to Congress with his twice a year economic update report. Expectations are that he will discuss the next time the Federal Reserve is going to lower interest rates. He did that on 60 Minutes a couple of weeks ago, saying he was thinking mid-year, and everyone is looking for that in the markets, and that's helping to fuel speculation. And last week, on Friday, it helped to generate a $40 price one-day rally in the price of gold. Gold closed right under $2,100 an ounce. But I want to show you in the charts why they suggest to me that gold is poised for a very big move. And it looks like it's going to happen heading into the start of those interest rate cuts when they happen in a couple of months. So this is the article I put out this weekend. And of course, look for the mining stocks to finally come alive. They've been languishing, have to catch up with the price of gold if gold goes above $21 an ounce. And here's the chart. And what I want to point out to you is the two pink lines enveloping the candlestick chart. Those lines are Bollinger bands, and I'm using a 200-day Bollinger band on default settings on most charting programs. It's just a 15-day or 10-day, but I want to use a longer-term trend to measure what a more long-term indicator. And the width is compressed. You can't see it on this chart because the chart doesn't go back far enough how dramatic the compression is. I'll show you in a second, but the bottom indicator does show it to you. That's the width between those two pink lines. What does all this mean? What do these pink lines mean? Why are they important? What they are measuring is price volatility, and I'm using a 200-day basis, so it's a long-term basis. And if you've been, few people have been following gold and silver because they have been volatile. People follow volatile markets. That's why everyone's talking about NVIDIA. That's why they're talking about Bitcoin now. It's when these moves develop that the volatility increases, and then people talk about it. But I like to get in things before the moves start and everyone's talking about it. That's where the money's made. And the contraction in the Bollinger Bands means that they're going to lead to an expansion. They don't predict if it's going to happen start on Monday or in a month or in a week or whatever, but it says an expansion is coming. And look, it's very easy to start next week because on Friday, gold closed above that upper band. And if you look at this chart, now we're going back to 1990 and how rare the compression is at this point of getting to 10. It's only happened 6 times since 1989. And most of this time saw gold having a huge run that lasted for months. So the biggest runs in gold began with the compression in the Bollinger Bands as they are now. And of course, when the price of gold has had these rallies, the price of silver has ended up going up more than the price of gold at a greater rate of price change. And so have the gold mining stocks. In fact, often the gold mining stocks have languished or had a final dip before these type of moves have begun. So we're in an interesting moment and to see how this is going to develop for sure. But if we see gold above $2,100 for, let's say, more than a week, I think we're off to the races. It hasn't stayed above $2,100 yet. It's briefly touched it and then come back down. It happened when the war in Russia started. It briefly tapped it last year, and of course in 2020. And of course, gold historically trades opposite to the US dollar index, and interest rate cuts are going to, peter the rally down. That's how macroeconomics work. So I did a video just a couple of days ago explaining why Bitcoin has no demonstrating the mathematic price relationship between Bitcoin US dollar and how there is none. And therefore, falling dollar doesn't mean anything to Bitcoin one way or the other. But at some point, I think money's going to come out of the crypto market and into precious metals in the future. I don't think that's going to start this month, but in the future, and it's going to be another catalyst. So a lot of reasons I think buying now into silver, into gold, into mining stocks is doing it early. And I like to be in early. I'm not one of these people that's going to put out videos at this point telling you to buy NVIDIA. I talked about buying NVIDIA in January, February 2023, and then I didn't talk about it anymore. I don't tell people to chase stuff that's the hot thing in the moment. We all got different styles, and mine's to get in early. So if that's what you like, hit the like button, and to get my weekly free updates via email, so you can get articles like this, go into the description of this video, put in and click the link, and then put in your email address. And this is the first time you see me on YouTube, hit the subscribe button and hit the bell next to it. YouTube will send you an alert as soon as that next video is uploaded. And I'll be talking with you later.